Does God still heal today in 2020? Let me tell you what happened to me 8 years ago. Before I share this story, let me just point out very quick that in this particular video, I am not addressing the problem of evil, also known as the problem of suffering or pain, or why not everyone is being healed and have a miracle, or the claimed miracles in other religions. I have addressed this in some of my other videos, and there are also a bunch of resources available on these mentioned topics, even some 5-minute articles and videos. Look out for these links in the description box. And finally, know that I am taking big distance from the false faith healing heresy that you are watching right now. I made an entire series exposing the problems with the prosperity gospel and word of faith movement. This link is also in the description box. Now, back to the video. I was an active, healthy boy, and that has not changed up until this day. But from when I was 11 years old, I struggled with really bad migraine attacks. I mean, I don't think I can communicate well enough to all of you how horrible this was. And there's a big difference on migraines and one of those 300 types of occasional headaches that's out there. Everyone who is familiar with migraines knows this. It's not even the same league when it comes to pain. Most of the whole month, I was perfectly fine. These migraine attacks did not occur every day or every week, but rest assured they came at least once or twice every month. And when they did, the situation was more or less unbearable. I used to have painkillers with me more or less everywhere I went. In my school bag, training bag, wallet. You know, after years of experience, knowing that these migraine attacks always come every month, you learn to be prepared. The rest of the day or night would pretty much be destroyed whenever these attacks came. 2 to 3 hours in big pain was pretty standard, sometimes a bit less, sometimes more. But the extreme pain during these migraine attacks was not all to it. The knowing that they will always come once or twice every month was also a big burden. So when I was in Australia and season were about to finish, I got a migraine attack that was unlike anything I ever had before. This one was different. It was the most painful thing I ever experienced. Painkillers didn't really help, and the migraine attack did not stop after a few hours, like it normally had been doing all the other times for the past 13 years. This was bad. This was seriously not good. Day 1. I was all day in extreme pain, staying in a cold, dark bedroom, because normally this is supposed to be the best environment when having migraine attacks. I even walked with sunglasses all the time, and kept my eyes closed as much as possible, like when walking to bathroom or finding some water. Day 2. Same as day 1. Third day. Same as first and second day. But I needed to eat something, so I went to the local supermarket with sunglasses and a half eye open. Small my steps, and in very big pain. When experiencing hardship in life, I pray God for strength to endure it here in this fallen world, to overcome it, to grow through the storm, for direct or indirect healing, whatever hardship it might be. My prayers in the night on the third day of intense migraine were getting quite desperate. I was not suicidal, but dark thoughts were trying to enter my head again and again. The situation was really unbearable. Walking around in a dark, cold bedroom, praying, lying in the bed, feeling sweat and cold at the same time, I really didn't know what to do with myself. Eventually, I fall asleep while praying. I woke up in the morning and was feeling very fine. However, I did not think and believe that I was like healed, but rather that my storm was over for now. It was indeed the hardest and longest episode of pain I ever had in my life, and I thank God for bringing me strength to endure that storm. My hope was not that it would go back to the same old, some hours migraine attack once or twice per month, like it had been for the past 13 years, and just never again these 3 days of excruciating pain that I've just been through. During those 3 days, in the midst of the pain, I spent a lot of time with God in prayers, and after this episode in Australia, something felt a bit different. Guys, I don't know how to really put words on this, and this is my personal testimony and experience, so I can't say that this should do something for you and how you view the world, But from that day, I have not had one single migraine attack whatsoever in the last 8 years. Not one. I have struggles and I have battles. My life on this side of heaven is not perfect. But the sovereign God never promised us a life like that now either in this fallen world. In fact, Jesus says in John 16:33, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Our 1.5 kilo brain cannot compete with the knowledge of God. We don't see the big final picture to it all. He does. But I know this. It's the year of 2020, and around this same time, 8 years ago in Australia, God set me completely free from monthly painful migraine attacks, which I had for over 13 years. For the releasement of this burden, for this undeserved grace, I am forever grateful. May God help me to use the freedom of that gift to glorify Him and serve Him well, according to His will, for the rest of my days here in this fallen world.